Hello again, everyone. Well, this morning I've really been struggling for actually weeks because a friend, asked me to make a card for her daughter's 50th birthday, and she sent me photographs of her daughter, probably one from each decade, and she wanted a card that said something to do with, you know, five or awesome decades, or words to that effect. And do you know, I've been scratching my head what to do with these photographs. I thought, do I do little doors to see a photograph behind, and how do I get any cohesion with making them look the same? And honestly, I was really pulling my hair out. And then today I had another one of my grandma's brainwaves. I found in my dies little die that makes, like, the old-fashioned slides that used to 35mm. I found one of those, so this is what I've done. I've cut out 5 of those. The photographs, this one, the actual picture itself sort of finished about there and there. It's very narrow. So I dropped the picture into paint, picked up the colour of this bit here, looked what the RGB numbers were, put a background in, and then dropped it in on top of that. And so you can hardly see the join. But that's the kind of thing I've been playing around. Anyway, it's done. 5 pictures from 5 different decades. And I put this message on a little sort of ticket. But I thought, how on earth can I put any gold on that? So I just cut one slightly longer. So there's a bit of gold showed on each end. It's almost like a frame, but not quite. Put her name, a shortened version of her name. Her mum just wanted happy 50th birthday, Melissa, inside. So that's kind of it. But I can't tell you how relieved I am to have finally got that sorted. So now we're coming back to one of these Airmail paper backgrounds. This is my pad here that I showed you the other day. My Basildon Bond Airmail paper. It's really, really fine paper, meant for sending messages by air. So what I thought I'd do with the blue one that I did was to use it as a background for this little angel. I cut this angel out last week, coloured the wings and the hair and the hands with a gold marker. Just stuck it together, and I thought I would put him, stroke, whatever, into like a church window frame. Cut this one out, but it kind of doesn't fit really. And with that, you can't actually see much of the background. So I thought again, and I thought I'll do a bigger one. I'll just use an arch die. I've got plenty of those. So I cut, this is just scrap paper, it's a different coloured card than that, it doesn't matter. So I cut one by itself, these are my dies. I cut the outer one by itself, then taped the two together so I could get the frame. So I'm going to colour that with the same marker that I coloured the wings with. So that'll be in keeping. And I'm just going to choose a bit of this to have as the background. As I was playing with it, I saw this and I thought, ooh, that looks quite nice there, almost like a halo for the angel. But wouldn't it look better if it was a gold one? So I looked at some of these, and these are not quite so pronounced. So I've got the stamp out again, and I thought, I've got a bit of a gap here. I might try again to stamp a bit of gold to make a halo for the angel. So if I have him like this, there's plenty of room there. And then there's some interest down here, a bit lighter at the top. I'll do it about there somewhere. So I've got my stamp here. I think the ink I used the other day was this platinum. Is this the platinum? Yes, that's it. Let me just stamp it somewhere else first to see what the effect is. I'll put it right up this corner here. We're going to see My Fair Lady tonight in Chichester. They're normally fabulous, the musicals in Chichester. That might be all right, mightn't it? Let's do it up this end. I'll make sure I can put plenty of ink on. One bright viewer yesterday spotted my watch has been sorted. I don't even remember me saying, but my Apple Watch I'd bought, not an Apple band, you know, a pirate one kind of thing. And it was one half blue and one half white. And I thought I'd be clever and turn the blue half round so that it would be all white. And it looked fine and I wore it like that. And then I discovered I couldn't get the side that was in upside down off. And that doesn't show as much as this one. I wonder if it's going to work this way up here. Let's just see. That one's a better image, isn't it? It's a bit high up, really. Oh, crikey. Let's try another one. Somewhere else. Let's put one over here. That's not as good as that one, is it, really? Goodness me. That's not going to fit the thing in, you see there. Let's try it over the top of that one. It's a pretty ink. I know what I'll do. I'll put it into the stamping platform, then I can have a couple of goes at it, can't I? Why didn't I do that in the first place, really? Let's just pop this in onto my sticky mat. Right, no. Let's pick that up from there. Now we'll try. People have probably been shouting at me, yeah, stamping platform. Okay. Let's see now. I thought I'd put him onto a little cloud. That's okay there, isn't it? Do you think? I think that'd be quite cool. Let me just get the die out. I need the larger one for this. I think possibly there. Okay. I'll cut this out. I will just put my heat tool over that. I don't want that to blot up onto the top plate rather than staying on the paper. All right, we'll cut this out. It's pretty, isn't it? So that's got to be stuck onto here. I think I'll put that on with a little bit of Liquitex. Now this one I'm going to colour gold with my marker that I used for the angel. Right, now I'm going to stick that onto here. Just going to go over this again and do the edge as well. Right, that's that stuck down now. So I've got a 5x7 card here. I'm not sure if I need to have a panel or not. I'm going to put a little piece of foam tape down the middle at the back of this angel, just to keep a little bit dimension there. I may have put a bit too long on because I've got to put onto the... Oh no, that's fine. I think that might be fine. Let's stick this down so that... I'll put a bit of glue on this first because it's going to go underneath. Got to get, I put a bit of glue on the end of the wings. And down there. Okay. Pick it up with my tweezers. It's got to go right there. There we are. It's quite sweet, isn't it? So let's have a look on the card. I have fished out a whole bunch of the word piece, die cuts of the word, not die cuts, dies of the word piece. And I thought I'd probably just chat through with you, saying sort of what the criteria are, you know, for choosing a sentiment. So a size, that would be okay. That, I think that would be too overpowering for the size of the angel. That is probably a statement in itself. Here's another one, piece, similar sort of thing. Although it's kind of chunky, and that's kind of chunky. This one, again, I think that's a bit big, really. This one, I'm going to cut these three out and just see what I think. Cutting them from white card, and I'm going to be colouring them so that they look similar to the wings and, you know, the frame. So let's just cut these three out and we'll see which one I think looks the best in the situation on the card. Sometimes I think, you know, the wrong use of a sentiment or a bad choice of a kind of sentiment can ruin the design. So let's just have a look and see what we think. Bearing in mind it's going to be gold. That actually isn't bad, I don't think. I didn't think it would, but looking at it, there's something about it that kind of goes. Let's have a look at this one. I know that one. Oh no, I don't know what make that is actually. was going to say it's Sizzix, but it's not. This one is Sizzix. Oh yes, that is the one, isn't it? That is. Do you know, I was thinking it's going to be that, but I don't like that one so much. Let's try this fine one. I think it's worthwhile just playing around. If you have got a choice, you know, elect to use it. Okay, let's have a look at this one. You know, I'm going to go with that one. I didn't think I would, but I am. Strange things, isn't it? I'm going to do this one. Let me just colour it. And I might even do a second. I'm going to put that onto foam tape. So I'll cut this out of foam sheet, I think. Where is it? There it is. I'll pop it on this piece of foam sheet. Yes, this is Sizzix. Or was, I don't know if it's still made. Okay. Colour this with a gold marker. I think this one's called brass or something actually. Chrome mark, I don't know what the colour. This was a gift from a really kind lady when I was in Kenilworth. Okay. So now I put this onto here. This one's fairly robust, but if you're doing a fine one of these, it's always a good idea to put it, to keep it in the bit it's being cut from, so it keeps its shape. You put it on, and then when the top piece is on, then you can take it apart, if you know what I mean. So let's just pop this on here. There's a kind of a line in the direction that I'm doing this. So I'm doing it in following the letters so that it looks kind of more natural. Okay, there's our piece. This is going to go onto foam tape, and then that will be our card. There's another Christmas card done. What a piece of luck. So here's our finished card, made with the background from my Airmail paper, and it's quite interesting, isn't it, really? And I surprised myself with this, but I think it goes quite nicely with the frame. So there we go, another Christmas card done. So thanks for watching, and do come back and see me very, very soon.